Okay, UH League of Champions. Let's do a weekly recap of week one of the 2023 season. I'm going to do things a little differently this year. Maybe try to do some videos, mix it in with some weekly emails. Sometimes you might have nothing because I'm too busy or too lazy at the time. But let's try this. Let's start with the weekly highest scoring team. And that goes to Mr. Michael Finnerty with 157 points, playing against Miriam's team, who had 92. Michael's team was led by, of course, Tyreek Hill and Tua, who combined for 79 points. I wouldn't expect that every week, but they look pretty good. Now, is Tua going to be healthy for the rest of the year? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. It didn't look great last year for this guy. But hey, Michael, good for you. You also had a kicker score 18 points. I think your team looks great. You lost Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure there's a guy on the waiver that you could pick up. That was terrible to see. Who had the worst weekly score this week? Oh, Fast Eddie, buddy, I'm sorry. This looks bad. 63 points for Fast Eddie this week versus Mr. DeSimone, who had 103. Of course, Fast Eddie with the loss. Who brought you down, bud? Joey Burrow, 3 points. T. Higgins, a goose egg. I know we shouldn't expect that every week, but man, you have single-digit trash up and down the starting roster, up and down the bench. This doesn't look good. But of course, it's just week one. I'm sure things will turn around for you, buddy. I thought you had a great draft. I think I told you that. But as goes life in fantasy football, oh no, there was a tie for the weekly lowest score. Who'd you tie with, Fast Eddie, for having a terrible team week one? None other than Jen Palkovic. God, similar story. Single-digit trash up and down the bench. Danny Jones couldn't do anything. He wasn't throwing dimes. Nobody's calling him Danny Dimes right now, are they? 40-0. The Giants lost to Dallas. Oh, and you got Drake London with a goose egg. He's not doing anything. Gerald Everett. There's really nothing to talk about on this roster. Of course, you lost Cooper Kupp for a few weeks on IR. I don't know. First round pick. Just like me, I lost Kelsey. Unlike me, I think Kupp's going to have some injury issues for the rest of his career. Kadarius Toney's not doing anything. Got a lot of hype in the preseason. Hunter Renfrow with the goose egg on the bench. I don't know, Jen. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully things turn around. It's week one. Like I said, anything can happen in fantasy football. I hate to call it out, Rancourt, but two folks had 63 points. You weren't far behind with 64 points for week one. Losing against the Dak Street Boys. Very interesting name coming from Jonas. Let's run with it. That's okay. Dak Street Boys. Why not? Back to you, Rancourt. Again, single-digit trash. 2 zeros in the starting lineup. We got zeros on the bench. Watson, of course, is out with an injury. He'll come back. He'll look good. Nothing looks great on your roster either. Gus the Bus down there with 5 points. You know, we got Dobbins hurt, so maybe he picks up. Jamar Chase got 8 points. I mean, he'll obviously do better than that. Jamar Gibbs, I like. Gabe Davis, who knows? A good showing out of the Commanders D, your top scoring player, tied with your kicker. Not looking good, Rancourt. Not looking good week one. But hey, You're a multiple UH League of Champions, fantasy football champion, league winner. So I don't doubt you. You always do well on the wire. Look out for the wire, folks. Rancourt's hunting right now. She's hunting for folks. What other notable things should we call out in the week 1 weekly recap? Let's talk about the biggest miss. And I'm talking about you, Sandusky sleepers. Jack Weber, you won big. Nice work on the big win. You're playing Cody. So, I mean, what's the matter, right? You're beating this guy. Big win, but you did leave a few points on the bench. Brandon Ayuk, big week this week. Looks like he's getting some targets. He's a player. I think we all knew he's a player. Big week this week by Ayuk. Jacoby Myers, and I believe his new home over in Las Vegas, 29 points. And let's not forget A-Rich. I like this rookie quarterback. So Jack Weber gets a big win in week 1, not playing some of his top players that are sitting on the bench. I should be making fun of the guy. I should be applauding Jack Weber. Good job, Jack Weber. Good week 1 draft at least. Let's see if this continues. Let's take a look at the contest between me and my former boss, maybe the worst boss I've ever had in my career, none other than Jesse Preston. I took a beating, folks. Admittedly, hands up. Took a beating to Jesse, 148-92. Not in love with my squad. Not going to freak out. It's not the time to freak out. It's week 1. Okay, we have time. We could pull this together. Good week, I guess, Jesse. Sure, Diggs he's a player. We know that. Miles Sanders in his new home in Carolina. Yeah, he's going to get the rock. Aaron Jones is Aaron Jones. Lamar has a bad week. I don't see that continuing. Team looks good. You're probably going to have some good weeks. You got 3 zeros on your bench, though. I'd worry about that. My team, on the other hand, single-digit trash. Up and down the roster, I'm embarrassed. Probably should have started Zay Flowers. Who knew, right? Raheem Mostert's apparently the guy over there in Miami. Maybe. We don't know. And that's a wrap for the UH League of Champions, Week 1, fantasy football season, weekly wrap-up. Thank you all so much for participating in the league, and good luck on Week 2, starting tomorrow.